So these, if you remember, generally warm currents flow in the equatorial region, and these warm winds and warm currents affect climate condition there, and therefore we can find hot and humid climate in the coastal area. Now come to last factor, that is relief feature. Children, in geography, relief feature means mountains, plateaus, plains, desert area, etc. So the any relief feature of any country depends upon the various physical features, that is mountains, plateaus, plains, desert area. So high mountains, it act as a barrier for hot and cold winds. Already we know that in our country, Himalayas, they act as a barrier from the cold wind from the northern part of northern part extreme northern part of our country. High mountains act as a barrier for hot and cold wind, just as we have Himalayas, which protects us from cold and chilly winds of Arctic, and also due to these mountain, precipitation takes place. Understood? One such example I can give you can be Western Ghat, that lies in the path of rain bearing southwest monsoon winds. So, our country receives maximum rainfall from these southwest monsoon winds. Understood, children? So, mountains, they act as a barrier to the hot and cold winds. So, in our country, remember, Himalaya act as a barrier to the cold wind which is coming from Arctic region, from the northern part of hemisphere, from the northern hemisphere. So in our country, just now I hope you have understood well. So in our country, precipitation or rainfall is due to southwest monsoon winds. And Kerala is the first state which receives every year, which receives first shower of rainfall from southwest monsoon winds. So our country receives maximum rainfall from these southwest monsoon winds. So it is, but unfortunately, India faces natural disaster like erratic rainfall, drought, cyclone, floods frequently. Understood? So it depends upon our, already I told you that our economic condition depends upon the good amount of rainfall. And children, in your lesson, some important facts are also given. You know, children, temperature in Ganganagar in Rajasthan, it soars 50 degrees Celsius in June. So it is the very hottest place. And Kargil town opposite, very coolest or very minimum temperature is there. And Mausinram, world's wettest place. Cherrapunji, first it was Cherrapunji, but after some years, Mausinram became the place where it is the wettest place of not only in India but also in the world. The Jaisalmer in the western Rajasthan is the driest part of India. It receives less than 120 mm of rainfall. So, children, whatever columns are given, you are supposed to read by yourself, find out, give it try. Do you know? Give it try. All these you are supposed to do. I hope you have understood well your lesson. Read your lessons thoroughly, underline the important lines, and make make points of important points in every paragraphs, and learn those important lines. And children, always remember that India is a monsoon country, and in this lesson also I gave you some important homework also regarding your graph, annual average temperature and rainfall graph of Brazil as well as India. You observe those graphs and answer carefully. So for that you have to read your lessons carefully. Try to understand the rainfall and temperature of four cities of our country as well as Brazil. So here we are supposed to make comparative study about rainfall and temperature of these two countries. As these two countries, they are having some kind of variations in climate, various variations in climate. So we can see somehow something is very common, having very common feature in about climate in these two countries. They are having also drought quadrilateral. We are having Thar desert. They are also facing heavy rainfall in some area. we are also having facing this type of condition in during monsoon season. So this is all about your lesson of climate. I hope you have understood well. Please children, uh, do all those maps which is given, answer, observe the map and answer the questions. Do it very carefully, because this is very important from the point of view of board examination. And next slide I will give you question answers. Thank you children.